All right. Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakurash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit. Your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. All right, this one right here. Hey, shit, modern day Madness Prophecies. Just got a bunch of clips. I'll just, get a handful, keeping up with what's going on, right? The beans be getting spilt, right? Every single day, you learn something new in this world because of all the wickedness that's going on. All right, I'm gonna start with this clip behind birth control. All right, hey, come to find out, y'all, birth control, not only obviously is it messing up, women's hormonal balance, but it can also be responsible for, okay, I'll put it to you like this. Well, fuck it, I'll just let it play. I'm not even gonna spoil it. It's messing up more than just hormones. All right, it's also messing up relationships.
Oh, people, finish the story. So check this out, because this is important knowledge for people to have. So he got a bunch of guys who were deficient in one part of their immune response, and then a bunch of women who were also deficient in one part. The immune response, it's called immune histocompatibility index. And let's say it has 5 elements. So they would find a bunch of guys who were low in 1 or 2 or number 3 or number 4, whatever, and women who had the same different deficiencies. The hypothesis was that a woman who's low in factor 3 won't be attracted to men who are low in factor 3. They'll be attracted to men who are high in factor 3, because then the babies will be healthy, right? So he gets these guys to wear t-shirts for 3 days and nights with no deodorant, no showers, no soap, nothing, then puts the t-shirts in plastic bags. Then he has the women smell the bags and mark on a piece of paper how attractive they thought the men were, based only on the smell of the t-shirts, right? And he found that with 80% of the women, they chose as he predicted, that they chose the men high in the thing that they were low in, and they avoided the men who were low in the thing that they were low in. But in about 20%, they seemed to be choosing randomly. So he went back and looked at the women again and found that those 20% were on birth control pills. Whoa. So the birth control pill short circuits that response.
Whoa.
So think of how many couples have gotten together when she's on the pill, and they both like Louis C.K. Joe's looking into the distance. Was she on the pill when I met her? I talked about this at an interview in San Francisco on the PBS station down there, and as I'm talking, the guy's making the gesture like, that happened to me, but be quiet, don't say it. And after the interview, he's like, dude, that's exactly, my wife went off the pill and she was done with me. She didn't want me sleeping in the same bed. She didn't want me in the same house.
Spooky.
A lot of marriages.
Hey, and you know what, y'all? You know what? I might have to go interview some exes.
Important knowledge for people to have.
But what the way that a woman is when she's not on birth control and when she is, any of you brothers that have dealt with women, right? Your woman can be night and day when she's on and off that birth control, and come to find out why, the hormonal balance is affecting their attraction, right? The Heavenly Father set certain things up from the beginning when He created us, and come to find out, apparently when you're letting off certain pheromones, right? And depending on what she's lacking or what you're lacking, right? It may and there's all kinds of things that go into a relationship and attraction. But there are certain baser, subconscious things that attract us to one another, and Edom has fucked that all up with his modern medicines and technology, right? So this is why, man, hey, this dude, just one reason among many why he has to be put out of power, y'all. These miracles that he's deceived the earth with, they're actually hurting everybody. These people think it's, a whore. Oh, it's an inconvenience. You can get nutted in, and not get pregnant, right? For the man, right? That little bit of extra pleasure, but that comes with a cost. The damage that it's doing to that woman's body. In the kingdom of heaven ain't gonna be no daggone birth control, right? Esau Edom is a mother sucker, y'all. I really don't even have all the words that I really want to say. You know, I can't say it on YouTube without getting banned. But you can just imagine the amount of relationships that just went haywire because of it. You know, and that's something I've noticed. And after watching the clip, I was like, damn, make all the sense in the world. Had a couple girls like that, right? You meet them, whether they're on it, how they, you know, they love you, or then when they get off it, they're, you know, demon, or you meet them and they're not on it, then they get on it. Hey man, this guy Esau, he's a mother sucker. Now, yep, I want to get this right. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. Now, in its original context, I'm just scrolling back. You know, this is still in the ancient world, right? Them flood folk, right? All the way back then. But you know, the people today are doing some of the same things now and have the same mentality. That's why, hey, you had Elder Yashawamba out of Dallas say flood behavior, right? So this is, you know, I'm applying this scripture to today's time. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. It says, moreover, this was not enough for them that they erred in the knowledge of the power, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, right? So the people back then before the flood was walking evil. The people today are walking evil. They're in the great war of ignorance, meaning what? They don't know the truth. They're living a life based on a whole misguided lie. It says, those great plagues called they peace. So all the evils of the world became normal conditioning. And I'm throwing it in with that birth control, man. Here, do you think this is some miracle of modern medicine? This shit is death. Destroys and pollutes the womb, right? Literally, there's some women who, when they get on that shit, they don't recover from the effects of it. They're not able to, you know, reproduce anymore. You know, here it is, you'll take a chick, you know, chick is hot, they'll, oh, well, your period stops. Bitch, you're supposed to have your period. Man, I knew a bitch that, man, look. I knew a chick that didn't have a period for over a fucking year off them goddamn medicines, man. You can't tell me that's not normal, right? The conveniency of not having that monthly cycle, it comes with the cost of shredding up your womb. There's certain women that get off of it. You know, imagine you take a girl, she's like, you know, 14, 15, 16. Let's say she's on it all the way till she's fucking 38. And now she wants to have a child. You're already over 30. If you did get pregnant, it's guaranteed going to be geriatric, right? More than likely going to need a C-section on top of several decades of hormone abuse. That little nigga, you wonder why these niggas got defects. On top of alcohol, drugs. Come on, man. These plagues call they peace. So all the evil things that are going on in the world now, these people consider it to be normal living conditions, y'all. It's fine to them, and it's not fine. You know, I found that little nugget. I thought it was interesting. All right, let me play this.
A glass of Coca-Cola contained 4 milligrams of cocaine, enough to produce noticeable effects. The original recipe was invented by accident by John Stith Pemberton, an American pharmacist and Confederate States Army veteran who developed a morphine addiction after being wounded during the Battle of Columbus. Trying to find a cure for his addiction, he started experimenting with different substances. So originally, Coca-Cola wasn't just a soft drink, but was sold as a medicinal product, with coca leaves and their cocaine content as a main ingredient. Interestingly, today, Coca-Cola remains the only company in the U.S. legally permitted to import coca leaves, which are processed at a specialized facility in New Jersey to remove the cocaine first. The secrecy of Coca-Cola's recipe is legendary. Known as Merchandise 7X, it's stored in a high-security vault in Atlanta, Georgia. Only a small group of executives know the exact formula at any given time.
So what the fuck you think that formula is? Merchandise 7X, right? And this shit came about because a motherfucker was an addict. But see, when Esau's an addict, he's a world-renowned, you know, beloved business mogul and scientist. But when your black ass is an addict, you're a scumbag bitch. Who you know, they gonna slam you in the slammer, right? That's how Esau get down, a whole fucking hypocrite. All right, Salaki, y'all. God damn it. There we go. Yep. So you know, he's the big drug addict of the earth, the big sorcerer. despite the fact, now, you know, our people get into it not making any excuse for it, but he's the majority of our foods, you know, the things that we're eating, we're drinking, it's chemical concoctions with all kinds of horrible defects, and this guy is the one whom is responsible for that blame. Now, all this time, you know, he's made us to look like the bad guy, but he's actually the bad guy, right? Come to find out, he's a fucking witch and a warlock and a sorcerer, right? And that lets you, you know, I'll just get right to it. Keep it real simple. The Ezekiel. Hold on. Do I have anything else with that? The defiled foods. Give me 1 second. Let me go. So give me 1 second. Yep. Because I could have sworn I had saved another clip. Oh yeah. Okay. I'll do that. Right. So we have that with Coca-Cola. Right. Obviously, you know, Coke. But, you know, as a little kid, you don't know. You just think it's soda. And guess what else, you know, was also sent to me? Let me play this one.
Lamb that looks like this, it's not always what you think. We eat lamb for lunch, even waiting in long lines when necessary. So this is a lamb platter, right?
Yep. It's a lamb platter, yes.
The wool is being pulled over your eyes more than you think.
So we wanted to know if you order lamb. To find out, we did some testing.
We ordered lamb at 39 restaurants in Los Angeles and New York City, from tourist hotspots to popular food trucks. The samples were packed up and sent to a lab.
The results were startling and disturbing. 23% of the so-called lamb we ordered wasn't lamb at all. So what was it?
It's much more than what I expected. To get 23% of the time, you know, you order lamb and you get goat, for example.
It sure looks like lamb. Turns out there wasn't a speck of lamb in the dish. It's a grounded combo of chicken and beef.
No lamb was in your lamb platter. Can you explain why?
Not trying to pull a lamb scam.
No, we're not. We could have just messed up on your order.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Hey, man, y'all know Ishmael. Ishmael's a lying motherfucker. When it comes to money, Ishmael will lie his ass off. He's trying to dodge them lawsuits to the best of his ability. But so right there, y'all, come to find out, a lot of what you know, we ordering this lamb and it's chicken and beef. Hey, may the Lord keep it from being pork, right? Because, you know, even, you know, they tell you that their food is halal, meaning no pork in their worthless language. You know, no swine. But right there, man, everything that you consume is a lie in this world. Everything. Them motherfuckers, 23% lamb. The rest of it is chicken and beef or goat, which I ain't complaining about the goat, but they overcharging you. That's the issue. But hey, this is further proof that we're the Israelites, because we're in a condition where we have absolutely no control over what's going into our mouth in mass majority. Why is that? What scripture, what prophecy does that fulfill? Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. This is one of the curses, y'all. We have no control over the things that are hitting these shelves and what's being cooked. Even, you know, because, you know, you'll go to Mediterranean or you'll go to Ishmael or Elam to get some wholesome food, and this fucker's fucking gypping you too, right? Ishmael is known as being a merchant nation. As long as, you know, as well as being crazy. That's how they get down. All right, let's go to some of the next clips, man. Fucking cocksucker, eat 'em. Let's get, and now, okay, you know, I'll deal with this MLK one today, right? Because it's so-called MLK Day, so-called. I always think it's the 16th. I don't know why I always mix it up. But, you know, the so-called inauguration happened today. MLK, you know, so-called birthday, whatever, right? We know that he was a faggot. We know that he was a piece of shit and a coon, right? They assassinated him. And at the same time, they hold this guy up, right? Esau's a grand hypocrite. And they promote him because they want to keep niggas docile. But when you take a look at his life, you know, for what it's worth, he was still getting, you know, pushed around, shoved around, because really Esau doesn't want niggas to have any leaders. So to be a so-called black leader, you have to answer to the white man. So let's take a look how him and his family was treated.
A lot of people don't know Alberta King. That was Dr. King's mother. They walked in church and assassinated her. 6 years after, they had some coon.
Yep.
They put up some coon.
Yup, after MLK died, you know, a nigga was sent in and straight up murked her on the spot, y'all. Nope, you know, this should be well known if you know a little bit about MLK. But once again, they don't teach you that part in school.
To do it, okay? Some Negro who was supposedly a black Hebrew Israelite, and he walked in church and shot Alberta King, killed King's mother. That was strategic. 6 months after Dr. King died, his brother.
And yeah, and you know, there's a video on that. The guy, you know, he was one of those. He was a bug out, right? But ultimately, you see that, you know, this guy's whole family ended up getting put down.
D. King was found drowned in a swimming pool. All right, and his wife came out and said, "Listen, nigga, this is an assassination." That's how much they hated King. Remember, J. Edgar Hoover told y'all a long time ago, we must prevent the rise of a black messiah. And part of preventing that rise is wiping out his whole bloodline. Who gave birth to this nigga? Take her out, because we don't want her producing any more Dr. Kings. Take her other sons out. Take the AD Kings out. All of them. Never forget that. These folks.
Yep, and hey, so you know his family got mopped up after the fact. And that, you know, that nigga who, you know, killed his mother, you know, he was set up to go do that. You know, dude was bugged out. Ultimately, you know, just bringing this out, Esau, he doesn't like to tell the truth behind things. He only likes to, you know, he'll let you learn about the, you know, I had a dream, little boy, little girl, all that type of shit. But he won't tell you about all the so-called, you know, racist things that he was doing behind the scenes. Why did MLK have to give that so-called speech in the first place? Why? Because Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is a devil, and he was put in hell and oppressing our people. And, you know, niggas was trying to argue for some so-called laws, which is, you know, we're still arguing for to this day, right? So on that note, I'll add this video to it. That nigga just ran through that red light.
To control the movements of black people. This is actually what existed after the Civil War with the creation of black codes, where black people could be questioned by any white person and asked to show their papers showing their employment, that some white person employed them, and that therefore they had the right to be on a public road. That's how they used to try to police us after the Civil War. After we were theoretically free from slavery, they created these state codes and city ordinances that controlled our conduct. And that's what you see when you see, you know, all of these people who call 911 on black people having a barbecue or standing outside their house or whatever they're calling about.
Teenagers going to a swim party.
Teenagers going to a swim party is the fundamental belief of most white people that they have the right to question a black person's legitimacy.
And that's why vocab and these white Christians do us the way that they do. They believe that they can question our legitimacy because we're just stupid, dumb black niggas who don't know anything. At least they tell us, right? So if we didn't teach them about the Bible, then if we didn't teach them about the Bible, they don't know fuck about the Bible, right? That's why they do us how they do us.
And essentially asked the black person to show their freedom papers, essentially to show that they have the right to enter this building, to be in this hallway, to be in the gym we saw recently, right? You know, show me that you work in this building. Where do you live? This is extraordinary, but it is directly connected to this period after slavery in which white people basically deputized themselves to be able to do this, to question black who believes that they are.
Yep. So just, you know, showing these, you know, Esau, he's fucking us over, y'all. He's been fucking us over. He's fucking us over. It ain't stopped. It ain't lightened up. It's the reality of the situation. He's a liar. He's a thief. Yeah, let me play another one. Just showing, you know, hey, this is straight up the oppression that we have to deal with. Yep, these are some good ones.
To me, how we still have slavery in 2025. This picture is not from a history book. This is happening today. Today, her name is Naima Jamal. Naima Jamal. That's her name. She's 20 years old. 20 years old.
Now, we're not Ethiopian, but just showing you, oppression is live and well in the world.
She is being sold into slavery in Libya. I don't need to remind everybody what's the demographic of a day in Libya. This is happening in Libya. They are selling black people in Libya. Listen, if you're a young black woman and you ever wondered how much these people will sell you into slavery, your price tag will be $6,000. That's how much these people value a black woman's life.
Bro, she is bound and gagged. That's serious business, y'all.
$6,000.
The Arab Muslim slave trade, also known as the Trans-Saharan trade or Eastern slave trade, lasted.
Now, a lot of those were Hamites, right? On the other side of Africa, the East. A lot of them, a lot of that was Arabs, Ishmael taking up Ham. But you best believe, there were certain Jakes getting snagged up in that too.
Longer than the transatlantic slave trade. It operated for more than 1,300 years, taking millions of Africans away from the continent to work in foreign lands under the most inhumane conditions. Unfortunately, because it has not been as closely studied as the transatlantic slave trade, the exact number of people captured.
Can someone explain to me how we still have?
Yep, hey, and the reason why it's not as well known as the transatlantic slave trade is because we're the chosen ones, flat out. Our history is the most important history in the world. That's why, hey, they were having that argument on that podcast, Fooley's podcast, right? The motherfucker Andrew, all people have gone into slavery, which, that's true. All people have been taken captive. But who is God's chosen people? Who did the Heavenly Father said he would take retribution for if you put them in captivity? Did he say for all humans? No, for his chosen people. That's what makes us special. That's what puts our captivity over everyone else's, because it's the fulfillment of prophecy, right? Another clip, so you still got all that going on. Look at how the little young Jits is being treated.
Yale showed teachers this video clip of 4 preschool students. Their instructions: look for misbehavior and click when you see it. The study was kind of deceptive. None of the kids in the video actually misbehaved. The researchers were using eye tracking software. What they actually wanted to study was who the teachers were watching. Both black and white teachers spent significantly more time watching the black boy in the video. This study showed that even preschool
That's a damn shame.
teachers can treat kids differently based on their race without even realizing it.
Hey, and as you brothers, hey, you brothers, we, some of you sisters caught it too, right? But I've been the young black child, one of like a couple in the classroom, right, getting targeted. It was, it was so and so. You look up. I didn't throw that. I remember that. That's a very foundated memory of mine. I got blamed for throwing a coloring pencil at another student in the 2nd grade. Right, it hit him. He started bleeding. He was crying. Right. The only problem was I wasn't the nigga who threw it. Right. It was somebody else who threw it. All right. Actually, one of my rivals. But the teacher, she was, boy, you would have thought I was Hitler. I'm in the 2nd grade. You would have thought I was Hitler. The persecution I caught behind that. I was like, I'm like, look, I know I've done something. I was reasoning with her like I was about to go away for a life sentence. I'm like, I've done some things. I'm not the best student in here. I've played and slacked off, but I didn't throw that coloring pencil at him. Man, sent me straight to the office. Wasn't trying to hear none of that. They wasn't trying to hear none of that. And hey, that's how Esau gets down on us, y'all. That's the revelation, the accuser of our brother, right? Esau loves to lie. He loves to paint us, the Israelites, as the bad guy, y'all. That's his whole MO. Let me get this. While and at the same time excusing himself when he's the real criminal of the earth. Zechariah 11:5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Hey, and it said in that little test, even the black teachers are looking at the own so-called little black students. Why? Because they've been psychologized. You niggas are the problem. You better not look at little Mary Sue. You better not look at little Billy. You better look at little Jarrell. Right? And you know something, young Jake, when we're really, really young like that, 2, 3, 4, young Jake be, sweet little children. Not all. You got certain niggas that's demons from 0. But Jake begins to become crude and rude and hateful as the years go by, because you're being exposed to, by the time you get to 10, 11, 12, now you do got a chip in your shoulder, right? Because you've been fucking treated like shit. You look up on every TV show, everybody white, right? You've been run through the mill of indoctrination, and you ain't even stopped pissing yourself in the bed yet, and people already got a bad rap on you. So of course by the time you hit 14, 15, you out here, you a YN, a young nigga in the streets with a pistol tucked in your goddamn shorts. Meanwhile, Esau is the demon of the earth, yet he's convinced everyone that we're the bad guys, right? Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. We're in his land, we're his captives, he's our oppressor, yet he's able to get away with all of his evil while painting us to be the villains. All right, so coming back here. Come on, bro. Now, Esau, he's now obviously, and I always preface it, not to excuse any of our people's wickedness, but this guy has truly done a number on our reputation. That 24-hour smear campaign. Another one. Oh, not this one. I'll come back to that one. This one right here.
What people? What's happening to the white people? They have a Black Miss America. They have a black college. They have a black month. What do we have? And now they have Juneteenth. What's happening to the white people? They have a Black Miss.
Y'all have the whole earth and every other day out the fucking year. And the month that we have is the coldest and shortest month of the year. Y'all see the minds of these people? They're crazy, y'all. They're in a ball of delusion. They're in a whirlwind of delusion. They've done all this murdering and stealing and killing, and they get mad because we get they fucking Walmart came out with that Juneteenth flavor ice cream. You motherfuckers have destroyed whole continents, displaced whole peoples, wiped out. Where's the dodo bird, nigga? Esau? Where's it at? This Esau's crazy. Esau's literally actually crazy. Yet, he's the good guy, and we're the bad guys. That's the way he's painted this story, and it's fucking crazy. I'll come back to this. I might use that for another one, but let me show you, right? Let me show you.
We need to. What's going on?
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do?
Papa.
I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
So what are you doing?
Rory, come on. Rory, come on.
Hey, let me say this, y'all. This is how you know. Hey, these movies, they be. And if horror movies was real, we gonna outlive you Edomites, because y'all be the ones running up to investigate every damn thing. If you believe that this guy was some sort of criminal or stranger and didn't belong in that house, why would you run up on him with your children and put them and your stupid self in danger? I don't believe you. That's why he said, well, what you gonna do? Let's go.
chased her up here. And she has kids.
Didn't nobody chase her crazy lying ass. And 50, 60, 70, 100 years ago, a nigga would have died behind that, y'all. This nigga would, you know, you can see the headline, right? Apparently that Jake built that house, right? You know, apparently he must have money. Should he look like he got money? He got that crazy hairdo. You know, niggas with crazy heads be having money. She probably ain't seen him there because he has other properties. He's out actually, you know, busy doing things rather than lying on his back and sucking dick like her ass. That's how she got up in there, right? That white bitch who ran running down the street. You know, so the Jake and his wife gonna come out. You know, you might, oh, she was getting, nigga, your wife wasn't getting chased. Y'all are perpetual liars.
Who chased her?
She said somebody in a silver truck.
In a gray truck. And he came
You're a fucking liar.
around the corner and I was in the street. And so I come up and I just have my...
All right, sorry.
What?
And so you see the dad and the, you know, the son that came out look like.
She said that someone was following her. So you were walking from there?
No, you came this way, didn't you?
No, I came down this street right here.
Yeah.
Yep, so now she's trying to cry and lie.
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself.
Fuck your point of view. What about our point of view? Exactly. Fuck us. Why? We're just the dumb, stupid niggas. See? Every time, y'all. Every time, right? Hey, Esau, y'all. He's trying to escape the blame, and he's always pointing the finger. He's a running crybaby. So now we'll go to that Psalms, right? It should be no surprise, right? The accuser of what? Psalms 50 and 20, y'all, man. You know, it's amazing. It's really, you know, all the videos, all the articles, all the books, all the, you know, postcards, paintings, pictures. There's literally pictures. There's a picture of that black man who's hanging from a tree with ropes tied to his ankles and his feet and a fucking brick in his back with a snapped spine, deceased. These people have done nothing but maraud us. Maraud, show up, steal, and kill on us. Yet they've been able to convince the world that we're the bad ones, that we're prone to criminality. It's mind-boggling. If you didn't know the plot, you'd fall in this world. That's why a lot of Jake out here is through, y'all. They don't know the whole plot. Psalms 50 and 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And boy, I can't wait for that day, y'all. Not only is the truth gonna come out, but we're gonna be made perfect and upright before them. Then we're gonna fucking shatter them, y'all. The whole world is gonna know that this man is the devil. He is the liar. He's the one you should be clutching your pearls from. Because goddamn it, when he show up, he finna come up with something to call you and then a reason to kill you. And that's how it goes down when a white man steps into town. You finna become some sort of something, put a label on you, and then he's gonna wipe you out. You show up on a man's land and call him savage. Bitch, the land was fine. You're the savage, all right? Oh boy, we had that TikTok ban yesterday. This little clip's funny, right? This little clip's funny. I'll let this play. Yeah, I will at about 11 p.m. right before lunch, right? When we fucking over somebody with that interest rate because he doesn't have one. And this is how you, that's how you kill Esau. You kill him with kindness. So obviously, you know, that little girl, her parents, right? She's been raised up in a way to know to a degree that this man's system is corrupt. So she's asking them questions that we could ask the same questions, but we'll get the cops called on us, right? We might have to exchange some knuckle sandwiches, but you can't do that to a child. So all they can do is smile and laugh and walk away, because these companies do exploit people. They do to screw somebody into a contract that most likely they're going to end up breaking and have more penalties slapped upon them, all for gain of profit. You have to have zero conscience, which these Edomites don't got no problem with, right? So it's, you know, it's cute seeing the little kid ask it, but this is the dark reality of what's going on. Hey man, she funny. Hey, that's how the police be doing us. So she shoved it all in his face. Motherfucker, answer the question. She ain't stutter. Through finance, and I'll actually get that real quick. We'll go to Sirach. How Esau likes to screw you over now. You know, he likes to hit your pockets. And hitting a man's pockets is essentially killing him. Sirach, let me think for a second. Sirach 34 and 20, is it? It should be 22, excuse me. Sirach 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is in their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. And he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder. These qualities fit Esau Edom. He literally came here, y'all, and removed Gad and Reuben, the northern kingdom, right? The so-called indigenous folk. Remove them out of their land and their way of life. He would slaughter the buffaloes to send them into starvation. The Gadites, you know, you can't fight if you're hungry. In today's time, right, you know, here it is, you'll work, you'll put 20 years at a company and they up and sell it, and you know the factory gets moved to China, right? You know, you work 7 days a week, you're not getting paid for 13 more days. All these different ways that he screws people over in their finances, and it's completely it's only becoming of the devil, right? And Esau knows this. What is that? Proverbs 22 and 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to lender. When you screw people over in money, it leads to death. Double E has been doing it to us, you know, since we got here. So, you know, that's it, y'all. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem HaKadosh, the honors to the elders.